I just went to Wawa last night and I was going to get ice cream, but Mr. Taylor said we probably shouldn't get ice cream, but that's okay. Okay, so we are still waiting on, let's see, Julia and, is that it? 1, 2, 3, there should be 14 on here all the time. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Someone's coming on. Austin, there we go. So we should have 13. So we're just waiting on Julia. Yes, Arnon, what can I do for you? You know, I don't actually know. But if Victoria knows after class, I'll let her tell you how to do it. Or someone else, if someone knows how to do it, you can stay on and help them, okay? So let's everybody turn to page 231 in our history books. I'll get questions in a second, okay? Let's go ahead and turn in page 231. 231, please. So someone raise your hand and tell me, what was the birthplace of Western civilization? What continent? Matthew, what continent? Europe. Very good job. What is the capital of Spain, Victoria? Madrid. What is the capital of Portugal, Charlie? Lisbon. Very good job. And we learned yesterday that what country led the way to the Great Exploration? What country? There's a country. Arnon, do you remember what country led the way to Great Exploration? Was it Spain or Portugal? Portugal. Very good job. Okay, so let's read about, we're going to read about Italy now. Let's everybody read. Let's go on page 231. Let's read about Italy. Arnon, go ahead and start reading for us about Italy. Oh, sorry, we're on page 231, everybody. Page 231. Renaissance, yes, perfect. Very good job. Near the end of the Middle Ages, great works of art and music were produced in Italy. Because it seemed as if the land were waking up from the medieval darkness, this period, highlight this, which lasted from 1813 to 1600, was called the Italian Renaissance or rebirth. So make sure you know Italian Renaissance means rebirth. Now, you have some famous artists. Highlight this: Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. Who knows? There's a famous animal. Animals means Michelangelo. Liliana, do you know? Do you know the famous animals that are named after the artists Michelangelo and Raphael? No? Charlie, do you know them? Tyler H., what is it? There you go, the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I said it the wrong way. Those are six. So you can see those names, they were named after these famous Italian artists. Make sure you know those 3 artists: Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. We're actually going to read about these people and why they were important. Calvin, read about Leonardo da Vinci for me, please. Oh. Calvin, you're going to need to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Perfect. Go ahead and read for us. Good. So highlight two of his most famous paintings was the Mona Lisa. You can see that picture on the bottom of page 232. There's the Mona Lisa. People wonder, sorry, I sucked in too much air. Have you ever done that before where you took too much of a breath? Wow. And then the Last Supper, I'm actually going to show you. I'll just do it here. Let me, okay. And eventually we'll come up here. I can't see all of you guys. Okay. So this painting was by Leonardo da Vinci, which shows Christ and his disciples. That was right before he was going to be. There you go. There's a picture of it. That shows Christ right here with his disciples right before he was going to be crucified. That was the last supper he had with him. So Leonardo da Vinci had that. Now, Matthew, I'm going to have you read, but you can go ahead and ask your question as well. Okay, go ahead and read about Raphael for us. Renaissance. Sistine, you're right. Madonna. Sistine Madonna, yes. Very good job. So make sure you know that he directed the building of St. Peter's Church in Rome. That was Raphael. Arnon, what can I do for you? Oh, very cool. Very cool. I know. I'm reading Calvin right here said he has one too. Calvin, how about tomorrow at history? Have your dad take a picture of it tonight, Calvin, and send it to me, and I'll show everybody tomorrow in history class, okay? So take a picture of it. Okay. Michelangelo. Some people consider him to be the most be the greatest artist. He created creation, Adam and Eve, the flood, for 2 years. Now this is important here. He laid on his back high scaffolds, which are raised platforms, to paint the scenes on the ceiling of Rome's Sistine Chapel. So he laid on his back like this, painting for 2 years. That's crazy. Now, two famous works of sculpture, make sure you know these, are David and Moses. So you need to know that Raphael made David and Moses. He sculpted David and Moses. Now, we have some Italian people. Victoria, read about Italian people for us, please. Liveliness. I had pasta last night for dinner. Keep reading. Spumoni. Good. So they have the pasta, which we do that. All the pasta that comes from the people in Italy. Matthew, what is your question? He did the. Oh, I said Raphael. I'm sorry. Yes, Michelangelo did that. Thank you. Yes, I said that wrong. Okay, now there are some explorers. Austin, read about the explorers for us, please. Highlight that. Marco Polo. If you've ever played the game Marco Polo, it comes from this Italian explorer, Marco Polo. Genoa. Make sure you know Christopher Columbus discovered America. So even though Christopher Columbus was born in Italy, he moved to Portugal and made all of his discoveries for Spain. So that was a little different. We can keep reading about John. Go ahead. Good. Good. So highlight that. America was named for Amerigo Vespucci. So if we think about it, the name of America Vespucci. Now there's some scientists who came here. Liliana, read about Galileo for us. Good. So know that Galileo showed that the Earth revolved around the sun. So make sure you know that. Now there are some musicians. Make sure you know these two musicians. The most important musical was opera, where it's a sad or funny story that's acted out only by singing. Now the two famous Italian opera writers were Verdi and Puccini. Make sure you know those, Verdi and Puccini. So that's actually where we're going to stop today for right now. Make sure you know Verdi and Puccini were the musicians. Now, I think you guys have again till 11:30, I think is 6th grade language, and then 12 is 5th grade language. If you have any questions, you can stay on. Make sure you work on your classwork. If you have questions, stay on. If not, you can go, okay? If you have questions, you can stay on. If not, you can go. Oh, Austin, I think Matthew wanted to say something to you. Matthew, go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead, Matthew. Okay. Calvin, do you have a question? What's your question? I don't know. That's a very good question. Why don't you go ahead and look that up? That would be a question that you could look up and do some research about that. Bye. Okay, let's see. Arnold.